Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome. It is I, your lovable ham friend, Zarataro. Let me give you all a good old ham hi. I want to thank everyone for stopping by today for Yo, You Like That, the talk show where I bring a guest on of the streamer VTubing variety and we talk about something they love, something they're passionate about, their joys, their pleasures, something that's neat and it's also very cool to share. I love positivity. Yeah. We have a very lovely special guest with us here today. Let me bring them on. We have the lovely PinBun. There you are.
Oh, hello.
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 Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I see all my friends in the audience. Hello, everybody.
Oh, thank all of you for watching and coming to join. It is my pleasure. Well, for anyone in the audience that doesn't know, please introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is PinBun. I am a parasitic eldritch mother VTuber, a variety streamer.
I love all those words.
Horror enthusiast. I'm also an artist. And I have a bad cough.
Yeah, that's the season. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. It is the greatest honor. Oh, I went all tiny there for a second. Go, camera, go. Unfortunately, we don't have free hamsters underneath your chairs yet, but keep an eye on it. You never know when a ham might appear. All right, today you have brought up an awesome, fun topic that I also enjoy. So let me bring it out here for our guests to see. That we'll be discussing Silent Hill.
The town, the fog, the pyramid heads, the nurses, yes.
Oh, so many nurses. And Akira Yamaoko's sweet guitar.
Oh my god,
I love it.
You can't go wrong with that music. Oh my god, I want to hear your Ara. Hold on, stop. You have an Ara redeem? Give it to me.
Ara. 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 You gotta have it. It's a VTubing like default. You gotta have the honors.
It comes with the VTuber card. You gotta end up doing it at least once in your career.
At least.
At least.
Oh no, but Silent Hill, a storied horror game franchise, long since the PlayStation 1's inception. Konami's bread and butter series that they totally still want to pay attention to willingly.
their redheaded stepchild that they stopped giving a shit about for a really long time gave us a pachinko parlor game that no one wanted, and then decided, Resident Evil is doing their revamp.
We can do it too. There's money to be made. These mines aren't. This rock's not out of blood yet. Let's squeeze it harder.
Quick, someone dig Masahiro, out of his weird little grave that he made for himself and put him back in the studio.
Whenever there's $1 to be made, them shovels are coming. Oh man, oh no, Silent Hill is super awesome. To give the viewers just a quick little synopsis, how would you kind of describe what a Silent Hill is?
So Silent Hill, especially to me, very fond. I love this game series. It is a survival horror series that really it was originally the competitor for Resident Evil, where Resident Evil was more like you are a soldier, you're a cop or something. You always had a level of training and defense to you, you had guns and you had advanced combat. Silent Hill was just you're an everyman and here's a lead pipe, I guess do your best. It felt very much like
good luck.
Good luck. It was very much good luck. We'll give you a game, but we'll give you a gun, but 7 bullets. Do your best.
Make them count.
Make them count. You ain't gonna get a lot of them.
Oh no, it's very true. It is the more survival. It's probably one of the most survivalist of the survival horror games. Let me tell you.
Yes, I agree.
But it all focuses on the town of Silent Hill, a spooky town built on an Indian burial ground with cults and spookies and hidden. Oh, there's so much. There's so much to the games.
Yeah, each game has its own fun little spin on the town of Silent Hill. I think one of my I'm sure we're gonna end up talking about each and every one of the games. But 5, which was Homecoming, the one on the Xbox 360, I personally really
Yeah.
enjoyed it, and I thought it had a very fun spin on Silent Hill because you don't start in the town, right?
No, you start in the hospital. Or you start at a hospital.
You started well. You there's a hospital, but then the town that you go to that you interact with like all the NPCs and stuff isn't Silent Hill. You actually have to end
Oh
up
no, that's right.
end up
It's like
taking a boat to it
you
later.
go the second half. The second
Mhm,
half is Silent Hill.
mhm. It's really cool because then it feels like so Silent Hill's reach is actually a lot further than we initially thought, right? We all thought it was just quarantined to this one town, but it seems like it's bled out further into the real world, which I really enjoyed about that.
The call of the city.
Mm.
It just reaches out to those racked with guilt and despair.
Mm.
Oh, it gives me chills. Auto.
Pick it? I can't. I can't. That's so cute. I'm gonna die.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh man, but yes. What was your first Silent Hill game?
So actually, my very first experience with Silent Hill was Silent Hill 3.
Ooh.
Yes, I was very fond of it. I loved the look of it. Heather Mason is a queen. We should all strive to be that nonchalantly teenager. I don't give a fuck about it. Also, excuse my language. But yeah, my first experience was with 3, and I remember I was playing it at a friend's house. And it was me and just my friend, and we were playing it in the dark. And
Ooh, yes.
like we were screaming, like we were so scared. We were going through it, and we like it took us a couple weeks because we would be like, hey, you want to play Silent Hill? Like, I don't know, dude, I don't really want. And we were playing for a little bit and be like, okay, we need a break. And after that I was like, oh, I'm in love, I want more. I worked my way backwards from there. So I did 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4 is my absolute favorite of the entire.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
I don't hear often like too much love for Room, but I do hear that like Room gets a bad rap when
does.
it's not really that bad.
Exactly. The Room did get a bad rap because everyone assumed for some weird reason that it wasn't actually a Silent Hill title from the beginning. And it was only because they had such success with 2 that when they were working on 3, they also had the extra funding to start on 4. So they were being worked on at the exact same time. So by the time that 3 was released, 4 was already almost done. And people took that as like them releasing them so close together that they were like, there's no way that this was actually supposed to be a title and blah blah blah, but it was. Silent Hill 4
Gotcha. It's the Dark Souls 2 of the Silent Hill franchise. Gotcha.
No, Dark Souls 2 sucked, didn't it? Wasn't it like really
I mean,
bad?
I don't mind it so much. I mean, but like a lot of people are like, no, Miyazaki was too busy focusing on Bloodborne, so Dark Souls 2 is the worst. And I'm like, okay.
You guys
I
playing
guess.
the same game I am because I'm having a good time. That's you know what? That's exactly how I feel about 4. I feel like a lot of people give 4 flack when there is no flack to give because it's good soup. It's a little silly, but it's good soup.
Yeah. Oh no, but that's cool. So yeah, so you got started early on the PS2 days.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I'm old. I'm an old fart.
Heck yeah. So out of like all of the, I guess I don't want to call them like mechanics, but like what's kind of like your favorite like trends like in the games? Like what's something that you're always kind of like looking forward to?
I love the menu sound. The boo
Boom,
doo
boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. You open up your thing and it goes doo doo. The menu sounds I actually have. So in 3, the seal of Metatron that they have with the save point, it's also the save point symbol. I have that tattooed on my forearm.
Yo, that's my favorite save, like probably ever.
Oh, it's beautiful. PS2 star old fart. Listen, okay, look, you guys, you have to stop romancing it. If we played the PS2 when we were younger, we are old. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, you don't want to think about it, but the PS3 is so long ago. The PS3 is kind of retro now too.
Exactly. I thought like I have a PS3 in my house and I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? I forgot you existed. Like I have a PS2 and then boom, PS4. Like I forgot PS3 was a thing.
It's your Metal Gear Solid 4 player. That's the only game that never got ported to anything else. Don't think about that too hard. Everyone is going to make you
I was gonna
sad.
say they're crying in the club right now.
Oh, one thing I always like about Silent Hill are the maps. Like the
Yes.
maps are done so well in them because they draw on themselves as you do the exploring. They give you like little notes and stuff. It's like doghouse. Oh, go here. School. Oh, it's a little circle
I
there.
loved that.
This road has a big like ditch. Well, let me just like crayon a big ditch here on this map. Why is there a ditch? I don't know. The place just doesn't have enough funding for new roads.
I loved that too. It really felt like you were exploring. Like it felt like you were learning the area as you were going. And as someone who is very directionally challenged, I'm very bad at it. The maps themselves were really good at helping you navigate your area. It was like in most games that I play where they give you a map, I've noticed that like most of the time you don't even really need it. You know, like because
Nope.
you know the
Yeah.
direction you're going. It's fairly easy. In Silent Hill, it's kind of like you map or you die. You're gonna be wandering around aimlessly forever, fighting the same monsters over and over, and you don't really know what's going on because you're not checking your map. You're not seeing the little notes you've been
Have I checked this hallway before? I don't remember. I was too busy being scared. Oh, look, the map says I did check this door. All right, cool.
Oh, that was the thing I hated about 2. So I know everyone loves 2. Everyone thinks 2 is the best one ever. Me personally, I feel like 2 has aged very poorly. The map part of it was good, but just how just dark and complicated. Like, do you remember the
It's so
apartment
dark.
building?
Yeah, I do.
Just think about trying to navigate? And it was like one of the first areas, and you're navigating that
Yeah.
apartment building and doing like multi-level. Like you drop something from the 3rd floor, you got to go to the 1st floor, you got to go to the key.
I hated that. When I dropped it, I felt like I messed up. I'm like, oh no, did I miss up the game? Did I ruin my save?
Did I soft lock myself? Where does that even drop to? I don't know how to get to it. Oh, I could get
Exactly.
to it, but I could get to it real easy if I could use this stairwell. Whoops, this stairwell is blocked. Guess I gotta go on the other side, walk all the way around. Like, ugh. Blech.
Yeah, it's like you just wanted to walk through this apartment just to get to the other side. It's not even an important apartment. It's just like a roadblock for you to go to the place where you really want to go.
Right? I remember getting stuck a lot when I played it. I would get stuck and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm frustrated. I'm going to turn it off. But I will say,
Yeah.
2 did a very good job at making me feel like scared. Like
Yes.
I felt like I'm going to be attacked, and I have a pipe and a gun with 2 bullets, and oh no.
I love like just the acting and the other characters into like to the very like stilted, awkward like flow of it all.
Yes, and I love that was
It always kind
intentional.
of sits with me. And whenever they did the HD collection, you know, the thing we don't talk about,
speak about
and they changed all the voice acting, and I'm like, this isn't Silent Hill 2.
they changed all the
It's not.
they changed all the voice acting. They got rid of a lot of the sounds. And you know what's really stupid about that? You know what's one of the funniest things I think is that prior to them doing the HD collection, there were successful PC ports of both games.
Yes, there
So
are.
they had the data. The fact that they said, "Oh, well, Konami just kind of casually lost the data of both games."
They lost the gold masters for the PS2 versions.
And it's like,
what about the Xbox versions? What about the PC versions? Like, did they just?
you just didn't decide. You just didn't want to go over there. You just didn't. You just didn't want to take a look. I mean, I am very excited that they are revamping 2 and giving us multiple other games on top of that. I think, like, because for me, 2, I like 2. But 2, I would have much preferred if they were doing like a new version of 3 or 4. Can you imagine the room?
I feel like if they wanted, okay, well, the room, I do think that it probably deserves like a new fresh coat of paint, just to kind of like get more people into it.
To like today's
Because
gameplay.
the PS2 jank, if there's not like a little bit of just like touch up, a lot of people like bounce off it right away. But if they were gonna do a remake of 3, I feel like they'd really have to do a remake of 1, and Shattered Memories isn't a remake of 1. Let's just not. Let's go ahead and pull that Band-Aid off.
Shattered Memories tried to do a really fun thing, and once you got the gimmick, all horror dropped out of the map. It dropped out the window. Once you understood that you were never going to be attacked unless it was during those moments where you had to run. Like after that, it
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
rest of the game was
the ice chase
yeah,
things.
after that, it was just kind of like, well, for me, it turned into very much like an Alan Wake type thing where it was like, "Ooh, so spooky, you're scared, aren't you?" And it's like, no.
To me, it was an Alan Wake thing because I'm like, oh, I love these flashlight physics. Oh, look at this flashlight. This is really good design on this flashlight. I wasn't really paying attention to anything else. I was just really impressed with the flashlight tech.
You sent a nice little email. You were like, "Hey guys, Ham here. Real good job on the flashlight." And then you put a little
It's
sticker at
hard
the
to do
end.
a good flashlight in games,
It's true.
but then I got to a progression blocker. The part where your car goes off the bridge and you're like, it's sinking. Like you're supposed to turn the radio to a certain frequency. Wouldn't do it. I looked it up. It's like, yeah, no, this is just a bug that just stops all progression.
Don't you
You got to
just
go back to
don't you
like an
just
old
love
save.
that? Don't you just love that when a game soft locks itself and they're like, well, might as well just release it anyways. I had that happen to me with Tales of Symphonia 3 times, and I hate the
Oh,
series forever now. It's not its fault,
hey,
but I hate it.
you know the 360 version of Silent Hill HD Collection never got the patch to fix it. Never ever.
Why? Again, we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it, but it's great. It's like they didn't even.
Don't get me
Oh my
started.
god. Oh, I love it. I love it and I hate it. Have you seen the movies for Silent Hill?
Yes. So I adored the first movie. I loved
First movie is pretty solid.
Oh my god, I love the first movie so much. I love how much like love that director poured into it. And yeah, people can complain because it was like a step by step whatever and they maybe switched a couple characters around, but like how else do you want your video game movie to be if not a step by step of the game? Like I don't why would you it was pretty much the game. Oh, so that's your criticism? Like we don't talk about 2. The second movie was
They tried to take some of the good parts from 3 and then chew in like a stupid love story and kind of like take a poop on a lot of what the franchise means.
Yeah.
And
it was like they were like, okay, well maybe we can do what Resident Evil did and kind of just make it the fuck up. And it was like,
oh my god, Resident Evil movies.
no, we're not going to give you any more money after this. Konami was like, no blank check for you today, sir. Let me tell you a funny story about the second movie. So I loved the first movie so much, right? I have a DVD copy of it. I'm obsessed with it. I could quote it. Like, I love it from start to finish. When they announced the second one, I was so excited. From the trailer, it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
The fact that it was in 3D, I was like, okay, they're going to do some cool stuff with it. I'm excited. This looks really awesome. So I was doing my cute little phase where you just meet people on Grindr. I don't know what kids use these days. What is it? Grindr, Tinder?
I'm not the person to ask. I'm sorry.
Well, back in my days, babies, we used something called OkCupid. So I had
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say Match.com and OkCupid. I know those.
Yeah, like I was an OkCupid kind of person, and I met a nice gentleman. And we clicked on like horror stuff, but he had never seen the movies. And I was like, "Oh my god, you have to see this movie with me. Let's go see this movie." And we see it, and it's just awful. It's just the worst. And I can see how he is just bored and mad that he spent money on this movie. And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And he hadn't seen the first one. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I promised the first one was good. I didn't mean to lure you into a trap. Oh god.
The true Silent Hill were the friends we made along the way.
Silent Hill was that terrible date I had on OkCupid. If you're out there, sir, I am sorry.
Don't worry, I'm sure he got a good story to tell of it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, it's just if I was him, I'd be like, all right, and I'm done.
Yes.
Mentally clock out.
Yeah, he definitely left his body. He went somewhere else during that 2.5-hour period.
That movie's way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was definitely the time where they just shoehorned 3D into everything that didn't need to have 3D.
Exactly. Okay, so the beginning, when all the coal is falling, all of like the fumes from the town, really cool effect. Then after that, every other effect they chose, it was like, why are you using it now? This is so dumb. I will say this though, the guy that they got to play, it was like they had little itty bitty pieces that were really good. Heather's casting was super good. Heather's her outfit super good. I loved how like her dad was the one who gave her iconic vest. Like I thought that was really cute. The guy that they had that played the detective was just as shitty of a voice actor and actor as the guy in the game. It was perfect.
Let's spend as little money as possible on that.
It was perfect. He was just as bad as he's in the game. He's like, I want to talk to you. It's about your birth. Like, it was so good. And then they killed him. And I was like, wait, that's what?
They kill him so fast in that movie. You got to put in the love interest instead of the old detective.
It was so weird. Why did they make him a love interest? He was like the weird, creepy guy that makes you question, like, oh, they look like monsters to you? You've been killing people this whole time.
Oh, that part always
that part sticks with me.
Like, it's just like, am I a racist?
It makes you question like every game up until that, right? Because it's been like these are their own personal hells, but there are still people in this town who have been cursed to be there as well. So it's like, are the monsters you see really monsters? Or are they people?
Oh man, so I always have. So I'll go and tell you. I always have like kind of like my own like fan theory. I don't know if it's ever been proven or not, but like I always kind of imagine that there's like two Silent Hills kind of like layered on top of each other,
Ooh.
And kind of like have you ever played like any of the Persona games or?
Mm-mm. Like I tried.
So in Persona, there's like a reality that kind of exists alongside other people's, where they're like, I guess, emotional states or their personalities, the mask they wear are like another identity of them, and it exists in that world. And that's what's called their like personas and stuff. And some people have the ability to kind of like tie into it to fight like bad ones, etc. But basically, like the monsters you're fighting are kind of like the twisted versions of the people that live in that town. So when you're fighting and killing them, you actually are like affecting like them on like a psychological level, because the town is like drinking in all of that despair.
I think
because for some reason, I forget if the town was built on like a gravesite or whatever, but there's something in that town that basically just tries to just like whirlwind vortex in as much negative energy as possible.
See, I feel that could definitely play into Silent Hill for sure, because you know these people there were people in this town and they did a bad thing or they summoned some type of weird god, some cult, whatever, and they're probably feeling a punishment too, you know. So as you're going through and you're killing these monsters, you're probably killing these weird cult people. That's why
definitely feel like that in 3.
You feel that way
because if you spare the people, you can play again. You get like the evil ending afterwards. You'd be like dark.
Oh yeah. Also, can we talk about Heather's magical girl costume? That was just perfect in every way.
Oh, some Clock Tower 3 throwback there, let me tell you.
Oh my god, Clock Tower. Lord have mercy. Okay. Do you remember the first Clock Tower's weird ass opening scene where she's like crawling up a hill and there's like a big green baby? I feel like it was a fever dream because I can never find it.
Was it the original PlayStation 1 version or the Super Nintendo version? Okay. I don't know the first PlayStation 1 version that well. I've seen some playthroughs of the Super Nintendo one, but not so much that one.
It literally, like, it's so weird. And I can never find the opening scene. Hold on. Let me see if I can Google it.
Clock Tower is a hard game.
It is a hard game, and it's spooky, too. There's also, yeah, it's the NES one, SNES one. It's the Clock Tower on the SNES because it has like the weird creepy baby scene. But it reminds me. So I'm probably gonna screw the name of it up. But it was an old PlayStation or a PC game from the 90s. I think it's called Phantasmagoria.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. It was
like the real human people, the acting in it. Oh my god.
That
game I should not have played when I was so young. Game I should not have played when I was super young. The death scenes in that are so violent, and
they are.
So
I mean,
many.
I guess nowadays they'd probably be considered a bit more tame, but even then, like having like real people actors and like the practical effects, like that was something that was like you didn't see back then,
Right.
and you really don't expect it when you go into it because it looks comes off like a little campy.
It does. I mean, the actor is running around like the Phantom of the Opera. Like he's like, oh, you know what I mean? But like, holy cow.
Yeah, no, I forget when it was, but I think a few years ago they put Phantasmagoria 1 and 2 on Steam.
No.
I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
Oh my god, if they have that game, I will lose it. There's this part. I remember this, like, it's like it sucks because this is a core memory from my childhood. Phantasmagoria. It's like, there's a part where, like, you're being chased by the dude, and I hid behind a door, and he stood there. Like, it felt like he was actually thinking. Like, he stood in the doorway and was looking around for me, and then he found me, and he put me on this, like, thing with, like, a guillotine that was, like, slinging back and forth. And all I had in my inventory was a snow globe. So I clicked it, and he picked up the snow globe, and he's looking at it, and he's all like, snow globe. And I'm just like, okay, what do I do now? And then I got my head cut off, and I was like, well, okay.
Rosebud.
Rosebud. Oh my god.
Oh. Yes, but it looks like both 1 and 2 are actually on Steam.
Oh my sweet Bippy. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god.
I'm happy to pass along some awesome
And
information.
it's only $10.
They're super cheap.
I'm putting this on my wish list right now. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Come to my wish list.
Come to PinBun.
Come to me.
Oh man. So when it comes to Silent Hill, what would you say is probably a good starting game for anyone that's new to the franchise?
New to the franchise and want to get a really good, true experience of what it feels like to play a Silent Hill game. It feels almost criminal to not recommend 2, because like, even though 2 isn't like my personal favorite, I feel like it is the staple for the series.
It is a good hop on for kind of like the flow.
Exactly. Like it's if you want to really get into the feeling of what it feels like to be an everyday normal man, then you can be just the worst guy ever, terrible little stinky man, James. The worst man ever. You can be him. But
Oh no, I think Pendleton from Downpour has him beat for worst person ever.
We do not talk about Wet Concrete, that terrible garbage game.
Put on the corn.
God, so mad. But I mean, honestly, I would say 3. If you had to ask me which is my personal recommendation, I would say 3. Just because, like, to me, the characters are way more interesting. The storyline, like, explained a lot when it came to what was going on in 1, and it doesn't feel like you're really missing anything. It just feels like you want to know more, then you can play 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to say, let me check real fast, but I want to say the PC versions of 2 and 3 did eventually come on to Good Old Games.
I know I have a PlayStation emulator, so I already got those beans. I've been
oh yeah.
Whenever I can't figure out a game to play, I'll play 4 for stream, and 4 is just really good. Meow. Meow got me Phantasmagoria. Let's go. He said, "Where's my damn drain cleaner?" I can't wait. I'm playing this on stream for sure.
Oh wait, no. It's just the room that's on Good Old Games. Silent Hill 4: The Room. It's even on sale for $7.50. Wow.
The Room
okay.
is fantastic. I will always recommend The Room. And
oh, there you go. Another option there. For your Silent Hill like playable needs. My favorite Silent Hill is PT. Anyway, no. I'm kidding. I did enjoy PT, and I would have liked to have seen what Kojima and Del Toro could have came up with for a Silent
Can
Hills,
you
but
imagine?
alas,
Can you imagine?
it would have been a game unlike any other.
It would have.
But then again, that's a lot of Kojima stuff.
It's very true. He is apparently working on a horror game.
Yeah,
But
no. Once they're done with Death Stranding 2, I'm curious to see what new project he's got because, like, Death Stranding's already too much of a mindfuck. I can't imagine if he actually focuses on horror, what his brain's gonna come up with.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I think, and I'm also excited for Death Stranding too. Death Stranding is
Yes.
really fun for me. I loved it.
Definitely a good play. It depends on how much you want to put into it. You could put a lot of time into that
Yes,
one.
you can. A lot of side quests. A lot of crazy stuff that'll happen. I will also, okay, I'm also gonna go out on a limb and
Go for it. Climb that limb.
I would recommend 5 also. I
Homecoming.
I loved Homecoming. I thought Homecoming tried it. For me, Homecoming was basically what Wet Concrete wanted to be, and I won't call that game what it actually was because really it's just wet. The floor is wet. Welcome. There's nothing in this game but the floor is wet. Garbage trash. Homecoming gave us like dodging and combat and had one of the most beautiful monster designs. Like all of their monsters and their bosses were beautifully done.
It does have the best boss fights because it actually has a system kind of geared toward boss fights being a bit more like manageable in regards. It's a shame that like what is it, Origin and Book of Memories gets like no attention from either of us because I don't remember either all that well at all.
No, they kind of, there were just so many that they made and produced that just flopped and fell out of existence because they just weren't good. They weren't.
They just couldn't capture the magic of the PS2 ones. Just how it be sometimes.
I loved, but like Homecoming had really good CGI. It had really good cutscenes. I
love the
felt for
rust
them.
effects whenever you're in the other side of Silent Hill when everything's all like bloody and rustic. Like that was a really good effect. I think did they get that from the movie?
They
I can't
did.
remember like where it originated
That's
from.
what everyone.
But,
that's what everyone like was saying about Homecoming was that it was like the movie game, because like it added in Pyramid Head when Pyramid Head was supposed to be like a James only monster, and
yeah, his personal boogeyman.
yeah,
But
exactly.
at this point, Pyramid Head is like every the Silent Hill. I was about to say mascot, but I mean I guess kind of a mascot.
Husbando.
Husbando.
Yeah.
He is one of the everyman's boogeyman.
I agree, and I think the
James, you have to learn to share your boogeyman.
James
Share it with the rest of the
James
class.
is just a stinky little stinker, and I'll kick him. I kick him down on the floor. I take his lunch money. I take his pyramid head. He does not deserve it. The monster designs in Homecoming for me were the best. I mean, okay, so the room had the twin monsters, which is like the most scary thing you can ever approach because they don't move until you get right next to them. They just kind of stand there with their hand up. Those dudes are spooky, but like almost every monster in Homecoming was terrifying. Like the bosses were beautiful, the random encounter monsters were really good, and they had them in different scenarios too. So like the first time you encounter like the weird little crawling one on the ground that was like a bag with like a tooth mouth and long claw hands.
Yeah.
It's like in the water, so you assume it's going to be like a water foe only, and it's like, nope, we're going to have this dude just kind of crawl out everywhere from underneath things.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to.
He wants hugs. He wants all of the hugs.
He's here to chew your ankles off and give you a little huggy wuggy. It's fine.
Run away back to the room. Go back to the room. Hurry! It's biting your ankles. Ah. Oh, good times. All right, everyone, audience. I know y'all have tons of questions for me and PinBun here, or about Silent Hill. Please, in the chat, go ahead and ask away. We will be happy to answer any of your respectable questions.
Respectable.
So no questions about wet cement.
I hated that game. You know why I know that game is trash? Okay, that game came out when I was dating one of the worst people I was ever in a relationship with ever. Like just an actual demon man. He loved that game. That's how you know it was
Oh
trash.
wow.
He 100%ed that game. And like, I will tell you this, throw him out of the equation. But if the fact that you're playing a horror game and in order to find the horror, you have to go and do like, you have to like go look for it. It's not just always constantly a threat and around you. Trash. Trash game. There were some really cool effects in Wet Concrete that like you would not have even known about if you hadn't have like gone into a random building down 3 hallways and opened up a door and then looked at a book on a table. And it had nothing to do with the storyline either. It was just a really creepy moment. And it was like, why couldn't you make the game like that all the time?
Yeah, no. If I remember, that studio was like that was their first go at it.
Yeah.
They were kind of like what was it?
They were fairly young.
The cheap. They were young, but they were also the cheap alternative whenever the idea was being like offered around. Got a question. Best environment for any game in the franchise.
Ooh.
Best environment.
You go. If you need time to think.
Hospitals.
I was gonna say.
For me, hospitals.
I was gonna
Any
say
hospital or
too.
like, yeah, no, they're the perfect creepiest thing. Just they're already suck in real life. Hospitals are creepy enough in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're there late and you just like if there's an empty hallway. I don't know. Have you ever seen The Grudge?
Yes, of course.
Just the scene where just like oh wait, no, it's more of like a business like office. Oh, either
she
way,
was going up
like
the
where
stairs, and it was like
go up the stairs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's that,
Or just like slowly about to come out of the doorway, just into the hallway, and you're like, nope.
Yeah, it's like that. It's a feeling of like a liminal space almost type deal, especially if you're alone in the building. And then the scary thing is like the more Silent Hill games you play, when you get to the hospital level, you always go, oh no. Like you just know it's gonna be a bad time. It's gonna be spooky, and then you have to run through it again in nightmare mode, like when everything's rusted and scary, and there's monsters everywhere, and like.
And now that door that you didn't know is gonna open, it's gonna open now,
Yep.
and guess what? You're not gonna like what's behind
Nope.
it.
Well, let's talk about the best, like unnecessary scare in a game because it held no purpose other than just to freak you out. The mirror room in Silent Hill 3 in the hospital where you're Heather, you go into a room, the room has a bathtub in it and a big wall-lined mirror. There's nothing in there. You go in, you look in the mirror, and all of a sudden you start seeing like stuff coming out of the tub, but only in the mirror, and then that stuff
that's so freaky.
like crawls up Heather's body, and then you try to run out and the door is locked. You can't get out. And
3 has a lot of cool things like that. Like if you interact with like the environment, like not only will you come across like new enemies, but like you'll get those little extra experiences in the game. Like 3 is just such like a well made game.
Well, good.
Like,
It's well built. It has really good characters. You feel for Heather, especially with the loss of her dad, and like again, we'll never forgive the HD remake where like they showed her whole dad's dead body, and it was like we were not supposed to see that. The whole point of that is you're not supposed to see. Like
it's the surprise. It's the mystery.
Yes, you're just supposed to like see it and feel it and move on. And like no.
I have to say, like Silent Hill 3 also has the best start, where like the amusement park, the roller coasters.
Yes, best tutorial out of the entire series. Like you will never go through that amusement park for the first time again. And I swear, we all had the fear that like those bloodied bunny mascots were gonna get up.
Yeah, you know it.
And you almost feel like they did. Like when you get older and you play it, you're like, didn't they get up at one point, or was that just me freaking out? I don't know.
Oh man, well PinBun, it has been such a pleasure getting to chat with you like this. It was so much fun. Please, for everyone watching, plug your channel. What do you have coming up?
Ooh,
break it down for us.
Okay, so this week is a busy one. My weeks are gonna be really busy because my birthday is in 2 weeks, and then I've got
happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Also, yeah,
I got a bunch of stuff planned for February and March, but at least with this week, tomorrow I'm playing Naraka. Wednesday we have a Goose Goose Duck collab with a bunch of people that I've never played with before. Really excited for that. Thursday is just like a family day. So for people who don't know me, I'm happily in a poly relationship, so me and all my partners, we stream together on Thursdays. We just pick a game and we hang out.
Yeah.
Friday.
Time for Raft now. Anyway.
No Raft. No. Friday is gonna be really fun. I have model updates that I have gotten. I got my entire current model re-rigged from top to bottom, and it looks amazing, like professional, like industry corporate style, like just so good. So I'm gonna be doing it.
Yeah, I've got to ask. We got individual booba physics.
Oh
or...
yes, the booba.
What?
Oh, yes, the booba is amazing. I'm not even not even on putting my horny in my pocket for a moment. Just the work on the booba is really good. Like depending on which way I depending on which way I shift, like they move different. It's like water physics. It's so good. Friday is also our community karaoke night. So if you guys like to do karaoke and you want to hang out in my Discord, we do that there. We also have
more Freebird. No, anyway.
We do Freebird. I think the last time we did it, it was just like 20 people singing Tequila over and over again.
Yeah, and
then it was just Saturday, I'm not exactly sure what I've got going on for stream, but we do have, again, we're doing community anime watch-alongs. So in my Discord, we're currently watching Buddy Daddies and the new Trigun Stampede anime. We're watching them as they come out. So
I'm enjoying that new Trigun. That's
so
cool.
Good. That last episode broke me.
Oh man, I had chills whenever the guy comes up and the guy does the thing, and I'm like, ah!
And then Sunday is another to be determined day, but it is another community night. It's our community jazz night, so we alternate between Fridays and Sundays for this, but we all hang out in VR chat. We hang out in like a little bar, and we listen to like lo-fi jazz and just kind of hang out with the community and vibe. It's really fun. Sometimes we'll watch a movie. So that's full week, full week of stuff.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna give you a shout out so anyone can follow. I think. Oh wait, no, I didn't do it right. Shout out, PinBunVT.
Nope.
Or is the Twitch name different? Okay. There we go.
Hey.
So if anyone in my community wants to keep up, go ahead, give her a follow. And as for this channel, there was going to be a stream scheduled for later tonight, but I've got to move it back. But Wednesday, we'll be doing another Yo You Like That with Semi Enigma. So everyone feel free to check that out.
Do it.
Do it. Pinma, thank you so much again for coming by. And everyone, thank y'all for coming by to watch. I hope y'all all have a lovely night. And that we will see y'all all later. Bye, Q.
Thank you.